that's the driest hay ever because I am uber irritated right now. So just for show, yay, I got my Mayven bundles. They came yesterday. I was super excited. I did the 3 bundles because I wanted to try the free install. So they send you a text, you pick your stylist. There's 3 stylists here in Charlotte, which is crazy because Charlotte is growing too much for it to only be 3 stylists. So I don't know what's up with that, but so I was super excited. They asked you what day you want. You know, I tried to see if she had something Saturday. I tried to see if she had something maybe next Tuesday or Wednesday. I could do it after work, or maybe even the following Saturday. Absolutely not. She has no appointments, none of them, until 9/10. That's the soonest. So today is August 31st. I tried to do all this on the 29th. Y'all basically want me to wait 2 weeks. When you ship me here in 2 days, you want me to wait 2 weeks to get it installed. So this whole install thing, I kind of feel like it's kind of a scam because it's a Black-owned company. You know you can't send any hair to a Black woman who has it in her hand. We want our hair done. We're not going to wait 2 weeks to get our hair done. So y'all kind of know that if all the stylists are booked up, the stylists that are Mayven approved, we're not going to wait that long. So me, on the other hand, I'm still going to get a free install because guess what? I'm going to do it myself. But I'm a little bit aggravated. So I'm going to take you guys through the process. It's not officially mommy time. It's a Saturday morning. So I got 3 crazy rambunctious boys to deal with. But we're going to try to get this done. But I'm just super irritated because I don't feel like doing this today. I'm supposed to be, you know, cleaning up, helping my sister move out, just a lot of other stuff, waiting on my husband to wake up. So I'm irritated, but let's go through this process. Let's see how it goes, and let's see how I can make the install turn out. And then y'all tell me in the comments what you think. So let's get this. So I wasn't super impressed by the texture of the bundles. They felt good under cool water, so I started with lukewarm. I pushed it down to cool. When you guys see me jiggle the right handle, that is the cool. And at the very end, I'm going to use totally cool water. But let's co-wash the bundles, let them air dry before we attempt an install. So what you see me doing is just going around the outer perimeter of my hair, leaving out all of my edges just to make sure if I want to wear a ponytail or put it up in the back, I can do that. And then I just kind of twist, or you can braid those down and secure them so that they don't get in the way of you braiding. So I'm still going to give me kind of some straight back cornrows after I've sectioned off my edges. I've already done the other side. I don't really care if it's crooked, I can't really see, but I always use my guiding hand to make sure that I'm, you know, at least in guide and that they're kind of straight. So I just got a couple more to do and we'll be done with all of our braids. This shouldn't take any longer than 30 to 45 minutes. Now, if you notice there, I leave all the ends not braided down because I want to moisturize and oil them really, really good. So I'm going to use pure olive oil to rub down my braids, especially the ends, because I know that my hair is about to be up for at least a couple of weeks. So I want to make sure it's good and moisturized and that I use pure olive oil to get what I need. Now I'm going to just braid all of my braids together into one braid in the back that I'm going to push up over top of my braid down, my cornrows. And I'm just going to link it in place for the moment so that I can sew straight across. The longer my hair gets, I find it difficult to try and disguise the braids. So I didn't have this problem before. I used a different method, but for now this has worked and it's been as flat as I could possibly get it. Alright, now that our braids are all done, we're going to do our first pass through with the flat iron. I like to do one before I sew in and one after because I have a really hard time straightening my hair. So it takes a couple passes and I try not to use the highest heat. So we're going to put some moisturizer. Peak Lotion never fails. It's been around for years, just a little bit. And I'm going to flat iron it. It's a little damp, that's okay. But once I flat iron it, I'm going to twist it back down, get it out of the way so we can get started on our sewing. No special brand. My hair is, like I said, it's not really coarse, but it doesn't take well to being straight. That's why going natural was the best way for me. So you'll see me do a couple of passes. I know I'm going to get some feedback on hair damage. I get it, but this will probably be the first time that I'm flat ironing my hair in probably 8 or 9 months. My edges are thin and I do everything I can to try to regrow them. So I purposely stopped wearing sew-ins because of the weight. So this is not something I do all the time, but for now, this is what we got to do to try to get it as straight as it can be. All right, all of our edges are down. We're going to start sewing. The hair is not as dry as I would like it to be. I am going to go ahead and install it wet because I did braid my hair wet, but I only got 3 bundles. A lot of times people say 3 is not enough, but if you notice, I left my edges out and I really don't like an ultra thick, super high density look. So I want to, I'm used to thin hair. I want it to be as natural and not as heavy as possible. So we're going to start with our 20 inches, then work to 18, then work to 16 and sew it in. Also, if you notice, guys, I don't cut my wefts. I will when I get to the very top, but I like to fold them over because when I take this out, I want it to be easy to wash and to reuse this hair. So as cheap as this Mayven hair was, and yes, I said cheap because it is, I can just feel it. I still want to be able to use it as many times as I can to get my money's worth. So I'm going to leave my hair and my wefts uncut and fold them over as I wrap around. When I get to the top, I want it to be a little bit more flat, so I will take the 16-inch bundle and start to cut it to only fit where I need to sew. So keep watching to see how we accomplish what we're trying to do. When you're doing a sew in, and a lot of you who are watching this have already done that, you don't need a mirror. You use your guide hand and your sew hand, and your guide hand is what you rely on. So even when you're not looking in the mirror, you know that you have about a fingertip's width between your last track, and you know where and what braid you're sewing onto. So I rely on my guide hand a lot. In the back, you'll notice I pull out about an arm's length of thread because that's how long I know I can pull it out without getting tangled up. I leave an extra bit of knot on the end to make it easier when it's time to take out, that I don't accidentally cut my weft or accidentally cut my hair or one of my braids. I just find that little loop that I leave at the end of the knot, and that tells me where I should cut. So guys, as you can see, I've reached the top. I've started to use my last 16-inch bundle, and by this time I did cut this bundle in half because this is the bundle where you want it to lay as flat as possible. It's going to be very close to your leave out, so you do want to use just one weft or one track instead of doubling them over, and lay them as close together as possible as you go around, and just measure them for the width that's going to go from edge to edge. And it's actually not even hitting the edge because there's another 18-inch that kind of curved up where we're going to meet so that we don't make a bulky edge. We want to make sure that when we pull our hair up or back, the edge isn't bulky. And so we'll just tie these wefts into whatever weft we have turned upwards. But this is what we're looking like before we've done our second flat iron. We've gotten our last row. The hair really didn't hold the curl pattern like I liked it, but I left enough hair out to be able to pull it up and back. But I can just tell, even though this hair isn't dry yet, that the texture is not what I want it to be. And I don't think it's the product, because I've gotten hair from Wild African and Perfect Locks and it's worked fine. But it definitely didn't hold the curl pattern like I wanted. And at this point, I don't even know if I want to wand curl it or barrel curl it or what. But I do know that my leave out is going to give me so many problems. So at this point, for the second pass, I will pull out my end styler instead of my flat iron, because it does have a little bit of a higher heat setting, but I am happy with the versatility for me to be able to pull it up. So I know that even if my leave out is not doing what I want, I could pull the top up in a bun, I could twist it back, I could do half up, half down, or I could just be lazy like I normally am and pull it back into a ponytail. But I'll use my end styler just for now. Today is Saturday, but this is what we ended up with. Thank God it's over. And mommies, I did a do-it-yourself install with Mayven hair. Thumbs down.